I am a fat piece of shit. And here's the thing. I don't care if you agree with me, disagree with me, think it's inappropriate to say something like that. Let me get rid of these armchairs. Let's get serious. I don't care. I'm the one that has to live in my body. I am the one that has to live with my own health consequences. If I say I'm a fat piece of shit, I'm a fat piece of shit. You can miss me with all of that BS fat acceptance, body positivity shit. We all know that doesn't really apply for men anyway. Men's feelings are not real. I am not a science denier. Science is telling me that I ended up in the ER with chest pains in the middle of the night. Science is telling me that my sleep apnea is getting worse with every pound that I put on. Science is telling me that I now have like a acid reflux condition that seems to bother me a lot when that wasn't really a thing before when I was 20 pounds lighter. Science is telling me that I'm being weak sauce, that I'm winded when I shouldn't be winded. Science is telling me that I should know better. And I do know better. You know better. Yesterday, weighed in at 197 pounds, at least 20 pounds heavier than I should. A few of those pounds are bound to be bloating, water weight from whatever I ate over the weekend. Some of that water weight should drop off pretty quickly now that I'm at 0 carbs for the past 2 days. With my musculature, realistically, I should probably be about 175, 180. I was there a couple of years ago. I felt a hell of a lot better than I do now. I looked a lot better than I do now. People weren't expressing concern over me like they do now. People who love me and people whose judgments and recommendations I value. Oh, what is that stupid quote? Nothing tastes as good as looking good feels. I like that one. It's very true. I think it's true. Basically it comes down to short-term pleasure over long-term pleasure. Some of us are probably more predisposed to one than the other just by temperament, but life isn't that black and white. I'm sure we're all affected by both to some degree. My psycho girlfriend has been begging me to take better care of my health for quite a while now. I've been telling her, baby, yes, I know. Next week I'm going to get started. I'm going to quit the smoking. I'm going to quit. And it just wasn't happening. I kept putting things off and off, putting on a pound or two here and there. And then you know how it goes. Suddenly 6 months goes by and you haven't done the things you said you were going to do. And that's shameful. That's embarrassing. That feels weak. I don't like feeling any of those things. She was like, quit the nicotine, drop a few pounds, let's get back to the gym. And I just kept saying, I know, I will, I know. And I do know, but I wasn't ready to do anything. I needed a little push, I guess. I wasn't making the changes that I was supposed to be making. The reason why I call her psycho is because this woman will actually stay up at night and count the number of sleep apnea events I'm having throughout the night and then report back in the morning and tell me I need to make some changes. And then she'll reiterate how much brain damage is done during those moments where you're not breathing in the middle of the night. And that's what it is. It's brain damage. And I don't want to be a moron. Being fat gives you sleep apnea. Sleep apnea gives you brain damage. Brain damage makes you a moron. Don't be a moron. I don't want to be a moron. Let's all not be morons. Let's get our sleep apnea under control. That doesn't mean rely on a CPAP machine. Obviously, if you need one in the meantime, then you need one. I'm not going to go that route. I'm going to take the hard route, but the only real route, which is to lose the weight until I no longer have sleep apnea issues. That's, what do I want to call that? A solution. Not a Band-Aid, a solution. Not an easy solution, obviously, or I wouldn't be talking about it and making excuses of why I haven't done it yet, but it is an actual solution to the problem. Just like diet and exercise is a solution to most of the health problems caused by obesity, like diabetes and lots of different cardiovascular conditions. There are solutions. There are cures. You can be 100% healthy even once you have some of those conditions. It's pretty amazing that we all know what the cure is, and it's not found inside the hospital. It's found inside your kitchen, inside my kitchen. Let's not leave myself out here. That's the whole point of this video. Anyway, so after a few months of being ignored, my psycho girlfriend upped the ante, and she sent me a picture over the weekend via WhatsApp. And it was a picture I was hoping to never see again. It was honestly a picture that I had forgotten that I'd taken. And it was a picture of me the morning after getting released from the emergency room. Don't have a shirt on. I still have the little EKG pads stuck to my chest hair, which was a real bitch to get those off when you have a lot of chest hair like me. It's not a very flattering picture. I don't look good in it. I don't look healthy. I look like a fat little piggy who was up all night alone in an emergency room thinking that he was going to die because he wasn't taking care of himself. And that's exactly what I was. So anyway, yeah, she sent me this picture. I don't want to say that she has no filter. She is not from the USA. She's from South America. So she has a different filter. And they have a different type of honesty down there. And they expect you to just, suck it up and hear the truth and then move on with your life. That's exactly what I did. She sent me that picture. I was disgusted with what I saw and said, fuck this Monday morning. I'm going to make the changes I've been saying I was going to make. No more excuses. Let's do this. Nothing is going to stop me. That's what making changes is like. Doesn't mean I'm going to be perfect. Doesn't mean it's going to be easy. But Monday was the start of the changes. Here I am Tuesday night. We're not going to stop. We're just not. We're not. There is no option of stopping. Everything is a choice. Everything is a hierarchy, a judgment of decisions of what you find most important in your life. I was making the choice to smoke. I was making the choice to vape. I was making the choice to be overweight. Every time I ate something that I knew I shouldn't, I was putting something else higher in that hierarchy of decision making. I was saying my short-term pleasure is more important to me right now than my long-term pleasure or my long-term health or my long-term goals. I was putting it higher. It was more important to me to feel good in that moment, to get that little dopamine hit of that you get when you're an emotional eater. I'm also a very good cook, so that dopamine be hitting. But I was making that decision. We all make those decisions. And ultimately, it's all my responsibility. It's all on my shoulders to make the correct decisions. It does not matter that my mom was fat. It does not matter that she didn't really teach me good eating habits, that she was constantly yo-yo dieting and all that kind of thing. None of that matters. None of that's a good excuse. It happened. I should know better. I do know better. If I choose to repeat habits that were taught to me, that is my choice. That's my mistake. That's my failing. I'm better than that. I can be better than that if I choose to be better than that. It does not matter that I'm an emotional eater. It's not an excuse. I have other coping mechanisms. I like going to the gym. That's a great coping mechanism for stress or unwanted emotion. Going to the gym gets all that shit out. But you know what's easier? Shoving some food in my face until I feel better. Eating a gallon of ice cream. That's just easier. It's easier. It doesn't hurt as much in the short term. It hurts a hell of a lot in the long term, though. What do I want? What do I want? Obviously, I have some notes here. What do I want? Notes. I want to live a long time. I want to feel good for a long time. I want to have a long life where I'm not dependent on other people for mobility, for taking care of me. I want to look good. I want to look good for the people that love me, the people that desire me. I want to look good for them. I want them to desire me. Just like I want to desire them. I don't want them to let themselves go either. That's kind of the contract that we all have, usually unspoken, but there is a social contract there. I want to fuck like a champion. I don't want to be in bed with the person I love, wheezing and tired after 2 minutes. That's just not the life that I want. If that's the life that you choose to have, more power to you. Good luck with that. That's not what I want. I do not want to be a wheezing beach ball in bed. Sorry, not sorry. I want to never feel limited in life by my health, essentially. I want to succeed at hard things. I want to set goals that I know are going to be very difficult and succeed in accomplishing them. And even if I fail, I want to have the feeling that, well, fuck, I failed, but I put everything into that, and I can live with failure if I know that I put everything into it. Honestly, there are not a lot of things in life that I can imagine being a bigger dopamine hit than accomplishing a goal that was hard to succeed at. But I want that. I need that kind of shit in my life. I think it's better than almost anything. Try it. Okay, so what are my plans? What am I doing? The logistics. Like I said, I'm nicotine free for the past couple of days. As far as diet, I'm going back to the carnivore diet. I've done it before. I really enjoyed it. Felt really good. It was pretty easy to drop some weight. I like fasting intermittently and occasionally some longer, like 24, 48, 36, occasional 72-hour fast. Not very often, maybe once a year. But I like doing that kind of thing. So I'll probably do one 48-hour fast a week and then do some carnivore intermittent fasting, lunch and dinner kind of thing while I'm getting ramped up. And then what I find with a zero carb or carnivore diet is that it's very, very self-limiting. So after a couple of weeks, I imagine I'll be back to OMAD, 1 meal a day. When you're just eating steak and eggs and bacon, it's kind of hard to eat more than that. And one giant meal a day is pretty satisfying and nourishing. It's a lot of fat, a lot of protein, a lot of calories. If I'm hitting the weights that day in the gym, maybe I'll have 2 meals. Kind of just depends. I listen to my body and do what my body says. If I'm hungry, I keep eating. But there's one thing about high fat, high protein diet with no sugars and no carbohydrates is that it's so hard to overeat because the steak tastes different from one bite to the next when your body is no longer wanting more protein. The steak will be like the most delicious thing you've ever eaten while you're hungry, and you actually are hungry because you haven't eaten since the previous day. So that'll be a new sensation that I haven't experienced in a few months, where I've just been shoving shit in my face constantly. But you actually are hungry, and the steak will taste glorious until it doesn't. And as soon as you notice that, that bite, I didn't really want that bite, that means you're full. That means your body is eating all that it needs, and you're okay to just stop, which is pretty cool. I don't have to count any of the calories or do any of that stuff. I'll just eat until I'm full. Easy peasy. So the real question, I've done a lot of rambling here, probably insulted some people, insulted no one as much as I've insulted myself probably, but I'm not butthurt. Why are you butthurt? I insulted myself more than you. The real question, I'm going on this journey. Every journey needs a theme song. I'm thinking Metallica, Master of Puppets. I no longer want nicotine to be my master. I no longer want sugar to be my master either. Seems fitting, and that shit gets me jacked. So that's my theme song for this journey. I don't know. Suck it. Anyway, I hope you're having a great day. If you want to join me on this journey, send me a message or something. We can video chat and compare notes how we're doing. But I'm not failing. I will encourage you, but I will not join you in failure. That is not an option for me. I'm in my mid-40s now. I can't be wishy-washy. I can't be 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I need to take this shit more seriously. That's what I've decided to do. Wish me luck. Until next time. Bye.